Do you feel like your relationship is one-sided? Do you feel like it's all on you and you basically, if it weren't for you, there really wouldn't be a relationship? Sometimes in marriages or long-term relationships, this does happen. And during those times, it's necessary and it's normal. Let's say one person gets sick. The other partner has to carry the load, no matter what that load is. The other partner, that's a way of showing their loved one that they're supported. They're going to take care of things. But if you're dating and you've started a new relationship and it's all on you, the relationship, everything you guys do depends on you, that's not a good sign. And there's ways that you can understand and know, and once again, it's going to require self-awareness, maybe taking time to look at it. But these are some signs that this is very one-sided. And the first one is, are you putting in more effort than your partner? Like, I think most people know who's putting in effort in the relationship. Are you basically reading books to try and help with issues? Do you try and talk to your partner about things that come up? Are you asking your partner all the time what they would like to do, how they feel about it? This is what people do when they start feeling that it's only one-sided. And the thing about a one-sided relationship I want to add here is it's incredibly lonely because you become bored with it. You feel like, well, gosh, if I'm going to be in a relationship with myself, then what am I doing with this other person as kind of a facade? It begins feeling like the other person is just sort of existing. And you won't like it for long, and hopefully you'll be strong enough to leave the relationship if you're in that place. The second thing is you realize that your priorities are different. Maybe your priorities are you're already starting to think about, I'm going to take another job on because I'd like to get us a house. I'd like to start working for a better car. For us, you know, if we're going to have a family, I want to be sure that we have a stable car. So you're looking to the future and you're looking at what you can do. Meanwhile, your partner's buying themselves nice clothes. They're getting all the shoes. They continue to try and look good. It's all about me, me, me. And if you're thinking about we and your partner's thinking about me, that's pretty uneven, and I would say you're in a relationship by yourself. Do you frequently make excuses for your partner? Like you'll go to your families and your families will say something about your partner like, what? They didn't show up? Or you bought your own flowers for Valentine's Day? They'll say things like this because your family or friends care about you and they would notice the unequalness. And then you'll defend your partner who is really not pulling their weight. And you might say something like, oh, they've been really tired. They've been working a lot, or their aunt is really sick, or whatever the excuse is. But the bottom line is you're making an excuse. You're part of the enabling of this person not pulling their weight. And it's important you notice that so you can stop that part. Your partner's controlling. You know, they don't pull their weight with anything else, but yet they're controlling. They're controlling of who you let into the house, how you organize yourself, how you work, you know, what kind of car you drive. Even though they're not necessarily helping with the car, they like controlling things. When you see someone like that, this is really a red flag for many of my couples, and I say, you got to get out of this. Because if they're controlling and yet they're not doing their fair share to make the relationship work, that's not a good combination, and you shouldn't tolerate it. And lastly, like when you do talk to them about it, they get all defensive, and they start coming up with reasons rather than asking you, you know, why do you feel that way? Tell me more about that. How can I change? They start making excuses and they get a little bit defiant. Because let's face it, they've had a great relationship. You've taken care of everything. If this is how it goes down and you talk to them and this is how it happens and kind of what they say in return, I would say that's a very clear sign that you are in a relationship consisting of you. And I tell you, leaving it will hurt a little bit just because you won't have another person, a warm body, but you can do so much better. In a relationship, the whole idea of it, what gives you all the benefits, the warm fuzzies, is you're sharing your life with somebody who is as supportive and invested in the relationship is as you are. Like both people want it to happen. So if that's not you, get out. You'll do better, I promise.